somebody made a game and they want to be able to display what they get as points, what they get for a percentage of those based on the maximum you can get, and they want to see what's something that's called the accuracy, which is very similar to percentage, but they want them displayed. And to save some time, I already have some things made up. So to do this tutorial, you must know how to make movie clips. You must know how to make text boxes, dynamic, static text boxes, and you need to know how to make buttons. So let's look at what we have. If I look at start from the bottom, I have a layer called items. I'll unlock it and I'll select the frame, and those are 3 movie clips. If I look at this movie clip is called Square, SQU movie clip. This one's called Rec, as in rectangle, movie clip, and this one is called Circle, as in circle. If I go up one here to my text boxes, I have many text boxes. This one called points, and this one percentage, and this one accuracy. These are all static text. This one is a dynamic text, and it's called counter text. Counter underscore text, dynamic. This one is another dynamic. It's called percentage, as in PER underscore TXT. And this one's called ACC, as in accuracy. And again, when you have one of these dynamic text selected, click embed it. When it opens up, make sure you have this all. Actually, we don't need all. Upper, lower, numbers, and punctuations is all we need. Okay? So that's that line. On here, I have a box around this one. Now, you can just copy that box and drag it and put it around these just to keep track. That's all I do that for. And on this one, I have a button right here. If I open it up, it's called test underscore BTN. It's actually a movie clip, but you could use a button. It doesn't matter. I'm actually using a movie clip. So now, those are the items you need to be able to make. Now, let's look at the action code. We'll write the action code out, and then we'll explain it. I'm starting with a variable. VAR turns purple, space, count, COUNT, colon, number, capital NUMBER. As you start typing it, you'll get a drop-down menu. And when you see the word number, you can click OK or Enter. Turns blue, equals 0, semicolon. This is the information for the square, the one here, the red one. If I look at it, SQU underscore MC, period. Add event listener, small a, capital E, capital L, turns blue. Open bracket, it's a mouse event, capital M, capital E, that turns blue, period. Click, all uppercase, CLICK, comma, and I'm calling the function square, SQU, close bracket, semicolon. Then write function, FUNCTION, SQU, that's the name we gave it, open bracket, event, small e, VENT, turns blue, colon, mouse event, you can copy this mouse event and paste it in, close bracket, colon, void and function are the same color. There's an open curly bracket, and we got 3 things going to happen when we hit these items. SQU underscore MC, that's the square, period X, its X coordinate equals 1000, semicolon. So when I click on it, it's going to shoot off the stage so I can't see it anymore. At the same time, count, that's that variable we just made, COUNT, equals count plus 100, semicolon. So when I click on the red square, I'm going to add 1 to count. At the same time, I want to display it in that counter text. Counter underscore TXT, that's the name we gave it. That's this one here where the points are. Period, TEXT, this text turns blue, equals, open bracket, count, close bracket, period, toString. Small t, capital S turns blue, open close bracket, semicolon, and there's my closed curly bracket. So when I press on this, I'm going to add 100 to here and make this disappear off the stage. Copy from here to here, copy that, put a couple enters, paste it in, and where you see the SQU, put rec. Put rec here, rec here, rec here, rec here, and here, this line here, make it plus 200. Okay, come down here, put a couple enters, paste it in, change the SQU to circle, CIR. CIR here, 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 and make this plus 300. So now, we're able to hit these, and as we hit them, they're going to disappear, and they're going to put this score up in here. Now, if you just did that, you wouldn't be able to, you're not displaying this stuff yet. So this is what we're working on now. But if you enter, we're going to make two variables. One's called ACC, capital A, colon number equals 00 semicolon. And we're going to do a variable PER as in percentage, colon number equals 00 semicolon. I have a button to test. When I test that button, it's going to take whatever is in these points and put them in here as a percentage and as an accuracy. So I called this button test underscore BTN, period. Add event listeners, most event click. You can go up here basically and copy this line if you wish. You can actually copy both these lines if you wish. But when you're finished, you're going to have add event listener, open bracket, most event, period, click, comma, and we're going to call this test. Close bracket, semicolon, function, test, open bracket, event, colon, most event, close bracket, colon, void, and there's the open curly bracket for this test button, and way down the bottom, here at the very bottom, is going to be a closed curly bracket. So none of this happens until we press the test button. Now, this is the part that is what makes these rounded up to a certain number of decimal places. And in our case, I don't want any decimals, so I'm going to make sure I just end up with whole numbers rounded up. So after this open curly bracket, function, round number ACC, small r, capital N, capital A. So I'm rounding up for my ACC, my accuracy. Open bracket, I'm calling this num ACC as a number for ACC. Colon, number, capital NUMBER, turns blue. Comma, decimal, DECIMAL. Colon, number, close bracket, colon, number. That's the syntax for this. Open curly bracket for this function. I'm making a new variable called ACC. This time it's a small a. Colon, number. It is equal to math period POW. Capital M, small p, that turns blue. Open bracket 10, comma, decimal, close bracket, semicolon. That's what's going to round up to like an even number for me. Returns, RETURN, purple, same color as variable. Math period round, this is doing the rounding. Capital M, small r, turns blue. Open bracket, this num ACC that we just used up here, num ACC, asterisk, that's the upper case of the number 8, that's the multiply, by ACC, that's this ACC up here that we just made this variable, small ACC, this is a large ACC, multiply ACC, close bracket, divided by ACC, small a again, and a semicolon, and there's the closed curly bracket for that function. Now, we need to do the same thing, so copy this, paste it in. Here you want, instead of round num ACC, you want capital PER there. Instead of num ACC, you want capital PER here. The rest of this can stay the same. Down here, variable, instead of ACC, you want little PER. The rest of this stays the same. Go back to here, return, math round stays the same. Here it has num, instead of num ACC, we want num capital PER. Here, instead of multiplying by ACC, we're multiplying by little PER. And instead of dividing by little ACC, we're dividing by little PER. There's my semicolon, and there's my closed bracket for this function. Now all we got to do is do a little math and call them up. This ACC that we're talking about up here, this ACC and this percentage, ACC equals, open bracket, count divided by 600. Count is the count of number of points. This is the maximum we can have. So count divided by 600, close bracket, times 10, semicolon. That's the asterisk again. Copy that, paste it in, change ACC to capital PER as in percentage. And this is going to be times 100. And finally, we need to display it. ACC text, period text. This text here is blue, equals, open bracket, round num ACC, the capital ACC, open bracket, ACC, open ACC, comma, 0, close bracket, period, to string, small t, capital S, turns blue, open close bracket, semicolon, copy that, paste it in, change ACC to capital PER, change ACC here to capital PER, change ACC to capital PER, and if you have no errors, this is what we get. Control, test, movie, test. If I just hit the 100, there's 100, and the total it can be is 600. So if I test it out, that's around 17, it's actually 16.666. This is like 1.66666, so that works. 300, that's going to be 50%. And naturally, if I have this, that's going to be 100%. Let's do it once more. Control, test, movie, test. Let's do this one here first, the 200. If I look at that, that's about 33%. It is. If I make this 500, that should be close to 83%. So this is working really well. One thing I want to show you is here, in this line here, where we're actually putting them to string, I believe. Yep. Let's change these, this one here, on the accuracy alone. Let's put a 2 in here and see what happens. Control, test, movie, test. Now when I test 200, which is 2/6, you see how I got 2 decimal places? You might find that interesting. So that's going to determine how many decimals you have. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.